So we've got a few different things going on in this video, but one of our biggest challenges and goals at the moment is to try and get the bowsprit mounted. And so we're going to be looking a lot in this video about the work that Bob has been doing on the bits or the samson posts, which are on the foredeck of Tally-Ho, and they are the step, if you like, for the bowsprit, where the heel of the bowsprit is supported. And so you just saw him cutting a very nice joint for a piece that joins the two posts together with a kind of tapered dovetail. And next he's going to be adding some more blocks and a space for a sheave, a pulley, which is going to be part of the running gear for running the bowsprit in and out. And I'll explain more about that later.
It looks nice, Bob.
It's coming together. Yeah. One fiddly little bit at a time.
Want to tell us what it is?
I'm calling it the bowsprit step, sort of a bits samson post. I don't know. I guess they call these samson posts in England, you know?
Well, I do.
Then we will.
It's my middle name, so I like to use it.
So this is where the aft and the inboard end of the bowsprit sits, and you'll have a fid that goes up against these posts to take the compression load from the jib and the jib topsail or outer jib. So it'll have a sheave in here for a rope that helps haul the bowsprit out, because this is it's called a running bowsprit. It moves in and out. It's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting.
John for the John, you know. You know the one I'm talking
Actually
about,
looking
right,
for
Patrick?
that staple John. You seen that? You seen
The
that
John
staple?
The John thing that you John on the John. You know the one?
Have you seen it?
Oh, I'm looking for the same thing. I think that's what I'm looking for.
So you just saw Bob driving in some really long rivets to fasten that block between the two posts, but what you didn't see was the process of peening the rivets. So there was someone on one end of each rivet holding a weight against it, and then Bob used a ball peen hammer to peen over the other end, like we did on the hull rivets and so on. And so he also used a torch to heat that piece up to make it more malleable, because this is bronze, not copper like the hull rivets, and that's why you see a couple of little burn marks on the posts there. That doesn't matter, of course, they'll actually be getting painted anyway. But that's what's going on there, in case you're wondering what sort of fastenings they are. Now his next job is going to be to cut a hole in the bulwarks for the bowsprit to go through, because it goes through to the side of the stem through the gammoning iron, or the gammon iron, and it's kind of tricky to work out exactly where and what shape and size that hole has to be, because we don't want to have it too oversized. We want it to be a nice sort of even distance from the bowsprit, and Bob devised a very clever jig involving a long pipe and a grinder to get that shape accurate and to the same shape as the round bowsprit.
Hey, Erica.
Hi.
What you doing?
Securing some wire for the fan that's gonna go in the head.
Securing some wire for a head fan.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Neil.
How's it going?
I'm noodling. This is an old tradition among shipwrights and riggers alike called noodling, where I spend part of the morning just staring at my project, kind of poking at it with a pencil, maybe make a little mark. Maybe I go like this, and then I just kind of hold it there and go, and then once the noodling is over, I'm going to start figuring.
Wait, what's going on down here?
Just trimming. Trimming.
Oh
Take a
my
look
God!
at this
Look at that.
secret little.
What's that made out of?
You wanna see the big reveal?
Big reveal. Oh my God!
Look at that.
Look at that.
So that holds the hatch onto the boat. See, that's boat. That's hatch.
Oh.
Let's review. Boat, hatch. Okay, one more time.
Is it a boat hatch?
Hatch. It's two different things. Boat, hatch. Boat, hatch.
Hatch. Boat.
Nice.
Thanks.
So you're getting it. I am building a little box that is going to go in the companionway, where we have installed a shelf that is going to have in it a couple of these multifunction displays that we can show data like wind speed, direction, and depth and that kind of thing on, as well as a beautiful little mechanical 8-day clock.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Check that out. Does that have bells too?
it does.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As you guys know, costs on this project have been going up and up, so I'm delighted to say that this episode is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Now, I love living in the United States, but sometimes after a hard day's work, all I want to do is sit back and watch one of my favourite British TV soap operas. Unfortunately, many TV streaming services are geographically restricted when you live in a different country. But with Surfshark VPN, I can bypass those restrictions and watch all my favourite TV shows. Beep.
Ever since my darling Charles has gone missing, I haven't got a wink of sleep.
We've been looking all over London for him, your ladyship, and there hasn't been a sign of him anywhere.
Oh!
As well as being useful for unblocking your favourite streaming platforms, Surfshark VPN can also help keep your data safe and secure from prying eyes. Enter coupon code TALLYHO for 3 extra months for free. Links in the description below.
Make sure that good for nothing stays missing.
Your ladyship! Your ladyship! Your ladyship!
What's this?
There's a letter, mysterious letter,
Thank
addressed
you.
to you.
Thank you, Postboy. He's alive!
So you just saw Bob threading a bolt. Now the bowsprit, as it takes the foot of some of the head sails, exerts a force back towards the boat. And so that force on those posts has a little bit of leverage, and it's traditional and appropriate structurally to add some support to them. In this case, we're going to do one knee, which is going to go from the inboard post down to the deck. And Bob is making that knee out of live oak, and he's going to use the bolt that he just threaded to fasten it to the post. It's also going to have a big fastening coming up through the deck structure into the bottom of the knee, and it's got a coke, which is in this case a square block of wood that is let into both the knee and the deck to stop it from shifting at all. So that knee will just strengthen the whole area against the force exerted on the posts by the bowsprit and the sails attached to it.
Hey Leo, what are you doing, dude?
I'm just doing a little bit of plumbing, trying to mount this pump down here, which is going to be the deck wash raw water pump. And so just doing a T in this raw water line that's also feeding the flush for the head. And just locating this has been a bit tricky because we're going to have to fit a lot of lead in this section of the bilge, and so trying to keep everything out of the way of where the lead's going to go, which doesn't leave a lot of space, and also been trying to work out how exactly we're going to fit the lead in and how we're going to fasten it, secure it down, make sure it can't go flying everywhere. So yeah, fun times in the bilge and pretending to be a plumber.
It's way cooler than woodworking.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of like Lego or something, you just stick it together, it's great.
It's really easy, this kind of thing, huh, Joe? He's got headphones in.
No comment.
So Bob's next job is to make a roller that goes between the two posts and is going to go above the place where the heel of the bowsprit sits. And that roller is going to make it easier to move the bowsprit in and out. Now a roller like this can be made of all sorts of different things, but the absolute best material is a wood called Lignum Vitae, which is I believe the hardest and heaviest wood in the world. It's not very common, but you may remember a few videos ago we were given some by a follower of this project, which we're really grateful for. It's a really nice, beautiful timber, and Bob is going to turn a chunk of that wood on the lathe to make the roller. All right.
You're gonna cut out that yawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need some people to think I'm yawning at the job.
You never yawn on telly, though.
This is our bi-weekly saltwater scrub down, and yeah, we get bags of water soluble salt at the hardware store across the street, and mix it up in a 50-gallon trash bin. And twice a week I come out here and dump it all over the deck, give it a good scrub down. And
Cool. And why would we do such a thing?
well, since you asked, it's two main reasons. We want to make sure that all the deck planks are well saturated, and all of the so that all the seams stay tight. And also, we want to keep all the exposed, unsealed wood. We want to keep fresh water out and displace that with the salt water that we mix up, so
Yep.
that it's salty.
Yeah, freshwater bad, saltwater good.
Good. So that we don't get any bacterial growth.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Looking good, dude. Keep up the good work.
This is how I do it.
So I've just finished turning and boring the roller. We'll go above the bowsprit, and while the finer details are being finished with it, I'm going to get on to making the axle for that roller, which goes through both the bits or samson posts and sticks out a little bit farther, because one of the functions of these posts is the big strong belay on the front of the boat that you can kind of tie anything to and drag the boat around by, and this crossbar will help form those belays or cleats out of the top of the bits. Also, in the meantime, I've been getting paint and the bronze protection on the posts, and it's been a little bit cold and rainy, so not great conditions for filming, but they're white now. Okay, and here we are with the finished bowsprit step, or the bits, or the samson posts up on the bow of the boat. I'm super stoked. These couldn't have come out any better. Paint job came out really nice, which is a relief because I'm not a painter. This assembly performs several major functions. The main job that it is here to do is to withstand the compression load on the bowsprit from the head rig of the boat. Big sails out in front of the boat all kind of push the bowsprit in. So this is a super strong assembly to withstand those forces. And Tally-Ho's bowsprit is called a running bowsprit. It's designed to more or less easily extend and retract from the front of the boat, which is handy for a lot of reasons. And to help accomplish that, this has a couple features. One is a feature that's pretty typical of English pilot cutters, this roller that goes above the bowsprit. When the bowsprit is mostly out and it wants to cantilever forward, this will help protect the top of the bowsprit and help it move easily during that part of the operation. When you are sending the bowsprit out, you use a piece of rigging called a heel rope, which is just a line that wraps around the aft end of the bowsprit to help push it out, and that will run over the sheave that's built into one of the posts so that you can lead it aft to haul on it. The other major function of the bits is as a as a belay up on front of the boat that you can kind of attach anything you want to, and that's why they seem a lot taller than they need to be. And we've protected the corners and of course the end grain with these bronze plates to help all this last a lot longer. And as I mentioned before, the axle for the roller sticks out both sides, and that all makes this a super functional belay that you can put any size rope around and don't have to worry about how strong it is ever. And another function that's built into this is this very strong eye right here will serve as an attachment point for a brake for the capstan, which mounts just aft of all this. Because our capstan doesn't have a mechanical brake built into it, you actually brake it with a piece of rope running around the drum.
So the samson posts, or the bits, are looking fantastic, and now that they're in, and also that the gammoning iron, which the bowsprit goes through, is leathered to help protect the bowsprit, and the hole in the bulwarks is cut and painted, we're pretty much ready to step the bowsprit, to poke it out over the bow of the boat. So that's really exciting, and once the bowsprit is out, very shortly after that, we'll be getting ready to put the topmast up. So lots of really exciting stuff coming up, but for now, thanks a lot for watching, and a massive, massive thank you to everyone who has donated or otherwise supported this project. It does make a huge difference. It means we're able to keep on doing this work, and I'm able to keep on making and editing these videos. So I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Great performance from everyone.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just
That
like,
one line was really, I could do it.
it's just when the writing is good, it just acting is a second nature.
I mean, when the actors are this good, the script writes itself.